Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be sharing with you guys 5 of my top favorite fragrances that I have thus far. I am still growing my collection, but I did want to share with you guys some of the fragrances that I have going on right now. So before we get into this video, if you're new to my channel, welcome. Please subscribe. And let's get started. So before we get started into the fragrances that I want to share, I know you guys can tell by the title, you guys are thinking, what? $20 to $400 perfume? Skirt really has that like range in her perfume? And yes, I do. So I wanted to quickly just tell you guys a little background on how to properly pick a fragrance. Now there are 3 different tiers, I guess, to picking the right fragrance. So there are like body mists, there are Eau de Toilette, and Eau de Parfum. I'm gonna say Eau de Parfum, okay? I can't say that word to save my life. So I'm gonna be telling you guys the differences in each. So for the body mists, I personally don't like body mists. I find them to be very cheap. I find them to not really work really well with your body chemistry, and I kind of consider them like teenage girl fragrances. You know, we can get the 3 for $20, you know, the 4 for $30, those kind of bottles, and where I find like teenage girls like douse themselves in those types of fragrances. I used to be that girl when I was in high school, and then I slowly realized that body mists don't really work well with my body chemistry, and that I find that when I start to sweat, it just doesn't smell good mixed with the body mist. So body mists generally don't last as long on the body. So you have to kind of, throughout the day, keep misting yourself so that you can still smell that nice, fresh, misty smell of whatever fragrance you have. I do find that the more that you pile on, the more it starts to smell, and it just is not like a good vibe. I just don't like it. I just don't think it is the right choice. But if you are, you know, you're young and you're a teenager, that's why I consider them like the teenage fragrance, and you can't really afford, and you know, you get an allowance, so you have like a little part-time job and this is what you can afford, then sure. But overall, I just don't like body mists for that reason. And then Eau de Toilette. So Eau de Toilette is like a mix between a body mist and a perfume. Just to disclaim, this is from my experience and for me trying out those different fragrances and how they really worked for me. So some people may find that an Eau de Toilette is perfect for them, or may find that an Eau de Parfum is just too strong. So everybody has their own preference and their own agenda to what they like. But I'm just telling you from my experience and kind of what I've noticed over the years. So as I was saying, Eau de Toilette is like a mix between the perfume and the mist. So I find that with the Eau de Toilette that I do have to reapply, not as often as you would a mist, but I would say like I would have to apply it maybe twice a day if I needed to, just because I find that they tend to fade throughout the day. They don't last as long. I find that body Eau de Toilettes last maybe like 2.5, 3 hours max, and then you have to reapply. So I kind of just stay away from that because I feel like I'm wasting more product than I need to. And I've noticed also too that Eau de Toilette and Eau de Parfum is like the price differences are not that much, so you might as well just go for the perfume. Eau de Parfum is the kind of like the highest tier in that level. It is the most concentrated. You don't, depending on the type of perfume, you don't have to put as much on. A little bit goes a long way. Even some people can overdo it with putting on a perfume. The way I like to wear perfumes is that I wear them for myself so that I can smell it, and so that when I pass by other people, they get like a nice whiff of it as well. I don't like to pass them and I'm like, whoa, because it can happen. It can get really strong. Sometimes we get a little carried away to the point where it's just super, super strong. I would always suggest to go for the perfume version because less is more. Even though you may have to spend a little bit more, it will last you a lot longer. So now that we cover that, let's get into the perfume. So we are starting from the most affordable all the way up to higher end. So the first perfume I have is in the $20 range. This perfume I picked up at Urban Outfitters, and this is in the scent Wiskey Noir. I don't know if the brand name is O20. I don't know, but that's what it says, and it's an Eau de Parfum. So I find that this fragrance is, although it's an Eau de Parfum, it says, I feel like it's more of a toilette. Actually, no, it's maybe more of an Eau de, more of a perfume, because I find that it does last throughout the day for me. It is a much milder fragrance, so that's why I picked it up. Something that I could wear to work and that won't be too overpowering or too overbearing, but makes me feel good and makes me feel and smell really, really good. So I picked this up. This is a 30 milliliter bottle and it was about $22. This is definitely a good range to go into when you are trying to transition and really want to get into perfumes. I would definitely check out Urban Outfitters. They have some really, really good affordable scents. So the next perfume I have is the Sol de Janeiro. This is their newest fragrance that they have. This stems from the line of their Bum Bum creams. A lot of people love and rave and enjoy the Bum Bum creams. I actually got a little sample of their Bum Bum cream and I absolutely enjoyed it. And I'm like, oh my God, I really, really like this fragrance. And I use the hand cream at night, every night, just to give me like a little, once again, that scent, and just to make me feel really nice whilst I'm winding down to go to bed. So I picked up the Eau de Parfum in this version as well. This was about $102, so still more affordable if you are kind of working your way up in trying to build up your perfume collection. The fragrance on this is absolutely amazing. It is salted caramel with a little bit of floral and vanilla in this fragrance. I do find that the fragrances that I am attracted to are more in the floral family, with a hint of what I like to call it like masculinity, maybe a little bit of woodiness, not so sweet. I don't really like super sweet fragrances, but I like more of that elegant twist on a floral. So this I really like. This is a little bit sweeter than what I'm used to and what I like, but I really do enjoy this, and I find that for this on me, it lasts much longer on my clothes than it does on my actual skin, which is fine. I do love a good fragrance moment on my clothes. I do love when my clothes are saturated and smell of the fragrance from days and days and days and weeks and weeks and weeks and months on. I absolutely love that. So yeah, this is definitely a good perfume if you're looking to kind of expand and get more expensive. So the next fragrance I have here, this is C by Giorgio Armani. Now this fragrance is kind of like a cult favorite. I remember maybe 6, 7, maybe 8 years ago on YouTube, people used to really, really love and rave about this fragrance, and I remember trying it and not falling in love with it. And that's the beauty and the thing about fragrances. I feel like fragrances hit you at different points in your life, and I find as you mature and you get more, you grow up a little bit more, your sense of fragrant choices are more refined and more clean as you get older. So I actually looked up all the notes for all the fragrances that I have, and they're more in that florally family. So clearly I have a thing for florally scents. So this is in that same exact family, but also has a little bit of that woodiness, a little bit of that elegance to it, which is what I really like. This I bought because I wanted to use this as a daytime fragrance. So I do use my fragrances in interchangeably day and night, whatever I decide and choose to do. So yeah, I really picked this up. This one was about $122 and I picked this up at Sephora. This one is a 50 milliliter. Another note that I want to also bring up is that if you are getting into fragrances, I would suggest definitely look into doing a more affordable bottle option. So most fragrances have 50 to 100 milliliter bottles. Very few fragrances have 30 milliliter bottles, and those are generally within like the $70 to $80 range. But what I've noticed and what I found is that mainly most designer fragrances are in the 50 milliliter to 100 milliliter bottle sizes. So if you're starting off, definitely start with the smaller versions, and maybe if you know, if you're like, oh my god, this is my favorite fragrance, then you can splurge on getting that $100 that 100 milliliter bottle. Or maybe if you have a huge collection and maybe like 3 or 4 of them are like your mains that you want to get into the 100 milliliter bottle, then do so as well. But yeah, I really love this fragrance. Super elegant, super nice. I'm the type of person, like, I don't have one fragrance. I like to change up my fragrances depending on how I'm feeling, depending on my mood, depending on many different things, that I change up my fragrances very frequently. So that's why, like, I'm building up my collection. Okay, so the fourth fragrance that I want to share with you guys is probably, and has been for many years, my favorite fragrance. This is the Christian Dior J'adore bottle. So this one is the 100 milliliter bottle. This one was $170. Once again, it's a florally fragrance as well, but this is a fragrance that I love. I have gotten so many compliments on this fragrance. This is a fragrance that really works very well with my body chemistry, and this is a fragrance that I mainly use when I am going out, because when I put this on, I feel like a boss bitch. I feel super elegant. I feel like I'm untouchable. I'm unclockable, girl, okay? I even wear this when I go to parties because we're dancing, you're sweating, whatever, and I find that the fragrance still smells as fresh as when I put it on, even when maybe my deodorant may dissipate or maybe I might smell a little frowsy. This fragrance keeps it all together, and it doesn't lose its scent. It doesn't mix in with my scents or like my natural body chemistry and make me smell weird. It doesn't do any of that. So this is by far my favorite bottle. This is my second bottle of this. The first bottle I got for Christmas so many moons ago, and that ran out, and then my mom bought me a whole like set for my birthday like a couple years ago. So yeah, this has been a classic and a favorite, and I will always and forever repurchase this. And the last fragrance that I have is this fragrance right here by Byredo. This is in the scent Bal d'Afrique, and this is my newest fragrance that I picked up. So this fragrance was $350. You guys are probably like, what, girl? $350? Now, as you can see, I have a variety of fragrances that I have and I collect, and I am so big and so into fragrances that I just want to now build my collection. I'm not justifying my prices or whatever. I knew what I was doing and I spent the money, and I'm actually wearing it today, and it is my favorite. It is one of my favorite fragrances. It is up to par with my Christian Dior J'adore fragrance. I really love it. I'm not too sure on the notes of this, but I freaking love this. So this one was made in France. This is a fragrance that you can't find in Sephora. You do have to go to your more high-end luxury department stores, so Holt Renfrew's, Saks, Neiman Marcus's. You might have to really kind of look in there for what you want. But I absolutely love this. So I was debating between the 50 and the 100, and I just went for it all the way and got the 100 milliliter bottle, and I'm so happy and so glad that I did. This is an amazing fragrance. So if you get a chance, go check out the Byredo stand and ask them for a sample so you can really test it out. Byredo also does like little mini samples so you could try different fragrances and see which ones you like. So there's that option as well instead of going gung-ho and buying a full fragrance. I do believe that they do returns if you don't really like it, but I love this. And the packaging, like meets my aesthetic. It is just so freaking gorgeous. Alright guys, so that is it for my top 5 favorite fragrances. I mean, that is not the end all and be all. I do have a lot more, as well as there are a couple more that I want to pick up and try. I definitely want to get into the Baccarat Rouge 540. I'm hearing things about that fragrance, so I really want to give it a try and see how I like it. So, you know, I'm still on the hunt and still looking out for some fragrances. There's still a couple that I love, some that I finished that I want to repurchase because I love so much. So I'm just like taking my love for fragrance to the next level and really like embracing it and just like doing what makes me feel good at this time, okay? So, in saying so, leave in the comments, let me know what are some of your favorite fragrances that you might like and that you think that I might like. Just leave it down in the comments below. Yeah guys, that is it for this video. If you guys enjoyed it, don't forget to give it a like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in my next video. Mwah. Bye guys.